Yo, what's going on? What's going on? It's your boy Skywalker the Jedi. I'm over here getting this last little banner ready because I forgot to get this going at the last second. Yo, much love, you guys. Thank you for being here. Y'all could be anywhere else in the world right now, but you're here with me rocking out. We about to cook tonight. We gonna have some fun. We gonna have a fun conversation tonight, people. Thank you guys for being here. I appreciate you. Much love to Seal Nation, Cool Table family, the Mikey verse forever, the Syndicate Network. Yo, we all in it. Man, the big homie Seal went live again earlier. That was dope to see. everybody is coming back outside, and it's a great thing to see as well, because this community is very strong, and we're very large, right? So, uh, you know, it's really great to see just all kind of corners coming back into the fold, and really engaging with one another. So much love to all you guys for being here, right? And we're gonna have some fun. We got the good Austin in the building. Much love to Austin, man. Austin killed this thumbnail. This shit was hilarious. I will find him. Right? Yeah, he said where they only need 50 likes. Yo, y'all know what's up with the likes, bro. Y'all already know. Much love to the whole chat. We got Mama Bear in the building. Eric Ware, Richie Lopez, Charles Briggs, Sin Havoc, Marcus is in the chat with the flamethrower. We got Nathan, Nightwing, right? Douglas Murphy. Much love to all you guys. Thank y'all for being here. And we're gonna get to it, right? It's gonna be a fun conversation, right? But you already know how we got to get this thing started off. We got to get this thing started off, right? We're on the road to 1K. Just so you guys know, make sure you're subscribing, smashing that like button. Why am I getting so tongue twisted? Smashing that like button, hitting the subscribe, uh, hitting the notification bell so that you know when I'm going live. It's very important. We got a lot of dope conversations coming for you guys. I've been strategizing with a lot of the homies, and we got just a lot of stuff on the horizon that we think that you guys are really going to want to rock out with. So make sure that you're smashing that like button and hitting the subscribe as well. These hashtags are more important now than ever before, right? We continuing on with this hashtag sale movement, going forward, no matter what, kind of obstacles get placed before us. Even if we have to take time and kind of slow things down a bit and divert our attention elsewhere, we do still have to kind of make sure that we're making this thing as big as we possibly can. So we'll still be rocking out with these hashtags, like I said, from January 03 till infinity, right? So y'all know what's up. Use the hashtags, and if you do, use the rules of engagement, which are number one, be positive while you're using them. We are trying not to, all look like a toxic mob out there for no reason, trying to be effective, so be positive while using the hashtags. Number two, do not mix the hashtags with others, as we're trying to keep our messaging as focused and effective as possible. And number three, please do not tag, mention, reply to, quote, tweet, anything like that. Anybody over at WBD, which is including but not limited to James Gunn. Right? Even with streams like this, I mean, we're going to cook, because I think that Diane Nelson kind of said something crazy. But at the same time, I don't think that it is necessary for us to be tagging them or kind of giving them any engagement on that aspect, right? So make sure that you guys are subscribed to ZSJL to Netflix on YouTube, and also following ZSJL to Netflix on Twitter. And lastly, but certainly not least, the GoFundMe for Mikey Sutton's family is in the description. We're trying to continue our support for them. There was a lot of medical expenses that were incurred with Mikey's unsuspected passing, and also just their whole family's lives have kind of been uprooted by this thing as well. So we want to make sure that we're trying to support them as much as we can with these streams, and really just trying to carry on with the legacy of Mikey Sutton and the things that he supported and that he brought to the forefront, like Dreamwalker and the Mikey verse and all these other things that he was also so passionate about, right? So much love to all you guys. We about to get started. real quick. I'm about to I'm about to get caught up with the chat real brief. All right. You guys are awesome. Austin said, I wish you could have heard me chuckling as I made it. Yo, because this was hilarious, right? Uh-oh, we got the homie Mr. J 310 tapping in with the $2 super chat saying, what's up, Sky and chat? I hope everyone's well. Much love to Mr. J. It's great having you here, bro. Thanks for supporting the platform as you always do. And keep the head up, bro, and be on the lookout for when we matched up in the fantasy league because we come into play, bro, 100%. So much love to the homie, Mr. J. Let me hit him off with this drop real quick. Much love, Mr. J. Nathan said, if we can sell to UFC, WBD can sell to Netflix. Hey, we know what's up. We know what's up, right? And if all these other IPs can get licensed, go ahead and license that ZSJL. And then y'all already know what we gonna do with that, right? Much love to the homie Necron. What's going on, bro? Shout out to the cool table, right? We got Marcus in here, hashtag Mikey Verse forever, right? Everybody know what's up. Y'all know what's up. The Mikey verse is eternal, right? So everything is true. God's an astronaut. Oz is over the rainbow, and for $50, Rotten Tomatoes is where the movies live or die. That's great. Marcus is cooking, yo. Man, look, say it ain't true, Marcus. Say it ain't true, bro. Say it ain't true, right? I don't, I don't want to believe that, bro. But hey, that's what Vulture said. Yo, let's tap in with the sponsors real quick, and then we're gonna come back and we're gonna start cooking. Y'all already know we about to get straight to it. About to get straight to the smoke. Let's get it.
Steppenwolf, have you begun the conquest?
Yo, can y'all hear me? All right, I don't know what was going on with that thing. All right, yeah. See, they are sitting here trying to mess with the boy, right? But it ain't gonna happen. Yo, let's get to this interview, bro. Let's get to this interview because Zack Snyder, man, like, yo, you would think, right, that after all this time, these entities that seem like they don't want to talk about this guy, right? Because it seems as if they trying to move past him, right? They're rebooting, you know, they're announcing that Cavill's gone, right? They're killing the box office prospects of their movies that haven't came out yet, right? By doing so, uh, we got stuff like all the stuff that happened with the Flash, right? And just these notes that have been coming out from the DC Studios co-head, right? And how that's been affecting these films. You would think that, with it being 2023 and, the last time that Zach was working, like shooting DC stuff, like, I know he shot some extra stuff for the Snyder Cut. Let's not even count that. The last time he was like shooting stuff for DC was in what, 2017, right? The very beginning of 2017, if I'm not mistaken, or he was at least in post production around that time, right? So, 2017 is when Zack Snyder like walked away from that whole situation, or was unceremoniously kind of shown the door, what have you, right? Whichever way you want to slice it, it's been since 2017, and you would think that since then there would come a point where they could let these things kind of live and die on their own merit, right? But no, we're still here in 2023, right? With people that was around, that was, obviously there, right? And they're still bringing up Zack Snyder. And then we're going to get to the juicy part. Can't even admit that, like, hey, maybe, actually, they want to say in hindsight, maybe he shouldn't have been doing everything, right? Even though they've shown that since they strayed away from his vision, everything's been going to hell, right? But even still, nope, 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 can't do it. Can't just admit, like, hey, maybe we fucked up, right? Maybe we should have listened to him. One would think, right? They sit there admitting that Justice League was so trash, right? It's like, yo, they admit that Justice League was trash, but then at the same time, they don't want to admit, like, hey, maybe we just should have let Zack put out Justice League, you know? Like it still can't compute, right? Whatever is going on between Zack Snyder and like or whatever happened, I should rather say, between Zack Snyder and WB, or whoever did these things, or whoever was in the know about this situation, whatever had, like, it had to be something crazy, because if not, what has all this been about? This has been like the strangest thing I've ever seen. Like, they clearly have not had a plan since this dude that was viable or feasible outside of what The Rock and $7 and him was trying to do. Right. That's been the only, and even still with that plan, they were still kind of piggybacking off of what Zack was doing anyway, which was one of the reasons why that plan was more viable than these other ones that have tried to go in a different direction. Right. But yeah, even still, with all these things that have happened, they still can't admit, yo, maybe we should have just let Zack cook. And that's why I think that they're in this situation, yo. I think that this studio is going to continue to live down this decision until they make it right. And, whether that be just, hey, as we've been saying, the best thing that they can do for the Zack Snyder fan base is to license this thing off to somebody. 100%. I don't think anything good is going to come from this situation. Clearly, because they cannot move past it, right? Let's get to these statements, right? Hold up, because I see y'all in the chat. Y'all in there bugging, man. Y'all bugging about this Rotten Tomatoes thing. Right. This is crazy. Hold up. Where that one come? He said squirting ketchup for $50. Come on, yeah. Bruh, y'all ain't got no sense. Emancipator said it's been about power and trying to be like Marvel. You know what's wild too is that they've continuously failed trying to emulate what Marvel does, right? And then even like they fail so many times trying to do it, but you hear in these statements like they still didn't get it. They still don't get it. They still don't get it. right? Lawlessness said, did anyone see the post of the critic that said she hated Zack and couldn't wait for ZSJO to come out so she can critic vomit on Rotten Tomatoes? Man, I'm not. Look, I don't remember everything that has happened, but something like that sounds like it is not only plausible, but it sounds familiar. She actually said she hated him, right? Yeah. She probably got that $50. You know what? They might even have sent her 75. And she was like, yo, I'm gonna like rip this thing to shreds. 100%. She was like, just give me 25 more dollars and I can get a bottle of Jack Daniels. Look, $150 and you get a tomato with your choice of being cut or whole. Come on, man. Look, y'all stop with this $50 thing, right? But this is serious though. Let's get to these comments because this is this is crazy. And I need y'all to let me know if I'm tripping. Right? So I pulled this up. This is something I was like reading earlier. Obviously, it says my characterization is Josh was a bit of a shiny penny during a time when they were looking for something shiny to grab onto. Yeah, I mean, I thought the final film was terrible. See, first of all, this shit is only cool to say like in hindsight, right? This was not cool to say back then, right? Wasn't nobody openly ripping Justice League back then. Wasn't nobody from Warner Brothers or DC Entertainment or anybody coming out and apologizing for that shit or trying to take accountability for it. No, they sat there and they used these outlets and PR firms or what have you to gaslight the fandom to make it seem like we was tripping, right? The whole time we was asking for the Snyder cut, they was fighting us on that, right? Telling us to go buy Justice League, right? You know what I'm saying? All these different things. And they never acted like it was cool to say Justice League was terrible. But in 2023, post the Snyder cut, it's cool to say that now. Right? It's absolutely cool to say that now. Right? The Snyder cut used to not exist. Now, oh yeah, I mean, obviously that's better. Right? Obviously, you know, I mean, anything could have been better than what we got, right? I mean, that's really what they're trying to say. That's really what they're trying to say. Right. Yeah. I mean, I would have much preferred a darker than I wanted or longer than I'd hoped for. Like, listen to these statements. Longer than I hoped for. Zack Snyder cut, then the Frankenstein cut we got in theory. Yeah, yeah, it's cool to say that in 2023. What about in 2018 though? Right? Was it cool to say this in 2018? The Trinity characters of Batman, Superman, and Wonder Woman should have, by any measure, right, blown any other superhero movie away, and they didn't. See, and here we go, because now we get into BVS, right, with this whole BVS should have did a billion bullshit, right? And it's funny because, yo, oh my God. It's so wild, right? Because they say that, Man of Steel, didn't really live up to expectations, right? Even though it's the highest grossing Superman movie of all time, right? They try to act like that wasn't really up to snuff, right? Then you get Batman versus Superman, right? Which is doing a lot because it is still building out a universe. So instead of like using because they're trying to mimic the MCU guys, right? Remember this. They are trying to mimic the MCU. So uh the first film in the franchise makes I what it was like just under 700 million, right? And then the second film in the franchise, right, makes 873 million, right? When they took 30 minutes out of it and didn't even let it get its full theatrical run, right? But even still made almost $900 million, right? But then they want to say, but it didn't hit the billion though, right? Tell somebody tell me if MCU was hitting $873 million with movie number two. I fucking doubt it, right? So instead of like using that metric, there's like, no, this film should have hit 1 billion, right? And you're literally hearing somebody that was in these conversations and they're saying the exact thing that we've been told that was said or that we knew that they said, right? You're hearing it right here. This is corporate speak for the movie should have hit 1 billion and it didn't. $100. So to this day, right? Y'all think that they take that $873 million right now, right? We just had uh one of the producers, was it Greg Silverman, right, come out and speak on the profitability of some of these movies and said, yo, all Zack's movies made money. And 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 he pretty much insinuated like, yo, they all made a lot of money. BVS made a billion when it was all said and done. 100%, right? That movie was number one on Blu-ray sales for like months. For months. Why do you think they keep repackaging the Snyder movies and the trilogies and all these different things and reselling them? Because that's all that because the products that are attached to Zack Snyder's films, they all sell more than everything else does, right? So that on one hand, they want to sit here and be like, right, it didn't blow everybody away. It should have blown away every other Marvel film. Why? Right? Why? Why should a movie that early in its world building make as much money as something that Marvel had been building up and building towards, right? For, I mean, at that point, what it was already, what like, how many years is that? They were like 8, 9 years in, right? 8, 9 years, 8 years. What are we talking about? Sickness said MCU was hella not hitting 1 billion buyers. Like that's what I'm saying. Makes no sense. Lawless just said, waiting for the article about WB paying critics for Rotten Tomatoes, Snyder movies, and Black Adam. You all know it's coming. Here's the thing. I don't need an article, right? I don't need an article. All you gotta do is watch how someone be acting. right? Look, you should have got told everything that you needed to know, right? When that whole Black Adam fiasco came out and all those articles started coming out blaming The Rock and saying that he lied about the movie being profitable, right? Which is literally something that is that's like can be tracked and is like I highly doubt The Rock would have come out and and he's like one of the producers on the film as well. So if he's like, yo, we made a little bit of money, I'm gonna take that as yo, they probably scraped by and made a little bit of money. Probably wasn't gangbusters, but the movie probably was in the black at least, right? And with that being said, why the mean spiritedness, it seems, after that whole Black Adam thing happened and they're blaming him. Oh yeah, he's lying about this and lying about that, right? Where do you guys think that stuff comes from? It don't come from nowhere, right? It don't come from nowhere. Oh my God. Sin Havoc said it was all part of their plan, completely devalue the DC brand while Pinocchio plots his hostile takeover of DC. He's been plotting this for years. Yo, you mean to tell me that he's been plotting this for years and this dude came with Creature Commandos as his first Oh my God, come on, man. Look, I refuse to believe that. I refuse to believe that this dude been plotting this for years, and he walked in that door and was like, "Yo, the first thing I'm gonna put out is Creature Commandos with my brother playing two roles in it." Yo, I can't believe that, yo. I can't believe that, right? But you know what I can believe? I can believe that the homies here. What up, Necron? What's going on, bro? How you doing, man?
Yeah. What's going on, man? It's been a while since I've been in the Jedi Temple. I have feelings
Yeah,
of
hey.
hatred I must purify and get rid of the system.
What's going on, bro? Like, have you been listening, man? Like,
For the most part, yeah. How Zack Shadow looms over WB still, and they still talking like, oh well, blah 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 blah. No, goddamn well, the only thing that's gonna save them is Zack Snyder, but they're just too stubborn to admit it.
bro, crazy,
Yeah,
right? Crazy. He
crazy
said
is
Black
right.
Adam was sabotaged and butchered completely. That's just the truth.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Black Adam was. And Black Adam was going to be cool too, man. That was going to be some good stuff with the Justice Society.
Yeah.
I said it earlier in Sills. This man has done more damage to the DC brand than. I mean, what a talk about the ultimate backfire, Sky. This guy's supposed to bring you into the sunshine, and all he has done is got you further down in a pit that this gets deeper and deeper, right? Each time. And I heard you talk about how they repackage all the Snyderverse stuff because that's the only thing that sells. You hear about hey, get your Shazam 1 and 2 still box. Is anybody out there wanting that?
No. Yo, ain't been no repackaging and reselling of Shazam 1 recently, from what I've seen, bro. Ain't nobody repackaging and trying to resell Birds of Prey right
Oh,
now.
can
You
you
understand?
imagine?
Right? Like, no, it's just not happening, bro. But you know what they are doing? The Snyder Cut,
Yep.
Steel books. Bro, you remember all the merch that they had? Bro, they was selling like mother box dinners. I don't even know if those things ever went out to everybody, right? But they was selling like mother boxes and all kind of just all kind of stuff I had never even seen before, right? They're the vinyl, like the 4-hour vinyl. Like, come on,
Yes,
like,
because I know it's gonna sell. It's gonna make money, but yet they still don't do what needs to be done, and they won't. You know, they won't.
Hey, you know what needs to be done now? They need to go ahead and license this thing, bro. That's what they need to do. Just go ahead and let us get that up off your hands. right? And we'll go take it and do something with it. And, because clearly you guys have shown that
Yo,
you
man,
can't.
it'll help the whole brand improve. Seriously, even if you just let it go and get it sold over on the Netflix, let Zach finish it, it will uplift everything involved in DC. It will help the whole brand, even though what are we calling it now? The Gunverse, the
Yeah,
Bucketverse,
whatever it is. The
the
bucket verse.
KFC. It'll even bring that up because it'll just be so good that the whole brand will get lifted, man.
I almost said something crazy.
They'll
But look, I was about to say
be
the
finger
verse,
licking good, if they would just
right?
sell it to
Facts,
Netflix, man. It'd be great. What I mean,
right? But no, that wasn't it, y'all. That wasn't it, right? When speaking about whether or not Zach was like the Kevin Feige or whatever, right, of DC, she goes on. Unless there were meetings that happened that no one told me about, which is possible. First of all, super snarky, right?
yeah.
Uh, I don't know that there was ever any conversation where it was decided that Zach would be leading the DC slate for any particular period of time, right? So even if it wasn't a conscious decision that Zack Snyder was our Kevin Feige, from a consumer standpoint, that's kind of what happened for a while there, right?
I thought he was the architect by the way he was presenting slates and
And not only just that, right, but how his presence was also bringing in so much talent, right? Clearly, you can see that that's who they were in. That's who they were enthusiastic about working with, right?
yeah,
Um,
it's true.
and there was so much talent coming on board, not only just people like Ben Affleck and right, like all the other people that was in Batman versus Superman, right? But also, just the filmmakers that he was bringing on board, right? Like, I'm pretty sure that he was pretty integral in James Wan coming over and Rick and Famuyiwa and all these different things, at least to some degree. And you could tell there was a real camaraderie there when David Ayer came over, right?
Yeah.
Um,
Well, even
you
Patty, shit, the
Patty
first Wonder
Jenkins,
Woman.
right?
You know Zach was heavily
Exactly,
involved in that one. Yep.
exactly, right. So, for them to sit there and say, "Hey, like Zach wasn't the guy that was supposed to be leading everything," well, who the hell was then? Because it seems as if it wasn't Zach, like, who the hell else was it gonna be? I mean, what, like Jeff Johns? Like, is that what we're saying? Like, is that what we're trying to do? People like are we trying to rewrite Jeff Johns' history again? And
Oh
like, this is
man.
crazy. Cause I don't know who the hell else she could be talking about. Like, should have been the lead. Like, I'm just like, how was this? And then just even the whole committee thing, right? Like, where was the creative direction coming from? Marvel, they have a committee, but I'm pretty sure Feige has final say over
Oh
a
yeah.
lot of this stuff.
He overrules it if he don't like it. I mean, that's just well it goes.
Even back early on, I'm pretty sure that there was a committee, but I'm pretty sure that his voice was probably the loudest in that room. So if it wasn't gonna be Zach, then who was it gonna be? Like, who? Like, don't just say who it shouldn't have been, which I'm about to get into, right? Because you're gonna say, "Oh, maybe it shouldn't have been Zach." Like, then who the hell should it have
Yeah.
been?
Who are you gonna try to tell us that what Jeff Jones? You think Ben Affleck meets Jeff Jones and says, "That's the dude right there. I'm gonna throw my hat in," or is it Zack Snyder? Sky, where was Ben Affleck again? Last March? Um, Who's what director was he standing by that you
No,
saw with your
April. Oh
last
yeah. Oh
April?
no, it was April. Yeah,
Oh
yeah.
yeah. And
Hey,
what director was he still backing to this day?
hey. I could have sworn that was that dude from Boston, bro. I could have swore that I saw that dude from Boston, the same one that was in that pretty funny Dunkin' Donuts commercial that I just saw. That was actually pretty funny. But yeah,
That's cool.
uh, yeah, I saw him back in Zack Snyder recently, a few months ago, right?
With no announcement of a future of any, Zack Snyder DCEU type slate, he's still backing them. That's who he wants to be associated with.
Right.
Man, it's just these guys are trying to rewrite history again.
This is crazy. Synaptic says Zack Snyder definitely gave recommendations for those other directors and actors joining the DCEU Snyderverse. Unfortunately, Jeff Johns and James Gunn had other ideas. Man, crazy. They've been letting this dude infiltrate since back then, huh?
Yep.
He said, was it not meant originally to be Nolan? Nolan didn't want to do it. Nolan literally said he could not fathom doing a Superman movie. He's like, yo, like I can't wrap my, because y'all know how Nolan is. I love Christopher Nolan's movies. I've seen most of them in theaters, not all, because I didn't see Memento in theaters, but or Insomnia, but I think I've seen everything else. Yeah, look, I love that guy. I don't want Christopher Nolan doing a Superman movie. Like, I don't think that fits. like certain directors, they just don't fit with certain things, right? And he literally said, I cannot wrap my head around doing a Superman film,
It
right?
makes
So,
sense. Yeah. I mean, he's more grounded. His movies are, you know, you're not going to get that Kryptonian opening scene in a Christopher Nolan movie. That's just,
right?
yeah.
Like,
And he knows that. And he's smart enough to know I'm probably not the guy for this.
I
But
love
I know a
Martin.
guy.
Hey, I love Martin Scorsese. I wouldn't want him to do a Superman movie. It's like, bro, like go do something else. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on. But yeah, look, he said Jeff Johns and Ben Affleck hate each other. Hey, I'm sure. Good old ball cap, right? Good old ball cap.
Coming with his ideals on the set. I'm sure they do. Man.
Neo7 says WB's DC division sounds like a lunchroom clique. This is crazy.
It does.
Ben said he's a phone call away.
Yeah.
Right? Sickness saying, whose quote is that? My bad, I was tuning in and out. This is a quote from Diane Nelson, the former president of DC Entertainment. 100%. These are her words that we are going through today. This has Jeff Johns' grubby fingerprints all over it. He wants to be Feige wearing that ball cap. He was single, white, female. Like, come on, Feige.
Good Lord.
You seen that movie, bro?
Yeah, that's a long time ago.
Come on, that's wild. That's wild. But yeah, let's get back to these statements though, right? Because Vinci says there's a place for Zack Snyder's movies. And I would have always wanted Zack to be a part of the DC filmmaker lineup. But should he have been the one defining that universe? Maybe not, in hindsight. Hard questions. Yo, here's the thing, right? Necron. How long, bro, are we gonna sit here and act like that wasn't the most successful shit
I
that
know,
they didn't
man.
have? Like, bro, this is so insane, dude. Like, this is so insane.
Didn't it make more money than Superman Returns? Man of Steel,
Man
right?
of Steel, yes, bro. bruh, the movie was almost pure profit because of product placement, right?
Oh, that's right. You got Pepsi and what Denny's and everything in it, and
IHOP,
yeah,
right? Yeah.
yeah. He was already paying the bill. Unbelievable.
This is
They're just
crazy.
trying to spin it as usual, man.
She's playing both sides. Yeah, she's talking out of
Mhm.
both sides of her mouth, yo. Because on one hand, it's like, oh yeah, look, I like Zack Snyder's Justice League more than Justice League, right? Yeah, right.
Because like you were saying earlier, it's okay for them to say that.
Yeah,
Dude,
it's
you
okay now.
remember how long they would always be like, well, no, Justice League canon. That's, now it's
Right?
okay.
Hey.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I mean, this movie was so much more lighthearted and colorful and Superman was smiling. Who cares if his face looked like that? Oh, right. This is why it happened. There was a reason, Joss Whedon tried. He's a nice guy. The Snyder Cut never existed, right? Like,
Mm-hmm.
why are you guys campaigning? Oh, you guys are stupid. Oh, it's just 40 people. Right? Like, there's all these things that just came out. And these is from like some of these actual people. And this is probably something they were putting out there. And then now all of a sudden it's like, oh, it's cool that, Justice League is bad. Or hey, we might even try to rewrite history and still try to make it seem like Zach wasn't the best thing to happen to DC in the last decade plus. Like this is crazy.
What was the first movie after Justice League? Was it Birds of Prey?
No, it was Aquaman, I believe.
Aquaman. Oh, that's right. Yeah, Aquaman.
Right? Yes, it was Aquaman, right?
Which was
And as
very Snyder centric kind of still.
right, yo,
Not like totally 100%, I know, but still
James
based.
Wan came out and
Hmm.
said Zach gave him his blessing, right? Y'all remember, and Zach never really came out and gave us a reason to not want to go see that movie, right?
Yeah,
So,
well, he supports his
uh,
actors too, so he's not going to try to
yeah,
sabotage anything. He ain't like that.
yeah, we all was still drinking the Kool Aid when Aquaman came out, right? We were
Yep.
all still drinking the Kool Aid, and then it just turned out that it was from Jim Jones. You know what I'm saying? It was the wrong Kool Aid. You know what I'm saying? Like we we shouldn't have been going down that route. Look, and with that being stated, uh, this is why we can't let these things uh just go by and not talk about them, not peer through these kinds of statements because these conversations were definitely happening back then, and it's just funny that now in 2023 we're still trying to make it seem like Zack Snyder was the problem with DC.
I guess they have a problem with making money because what type of problem is that to have? Zach's just bankroll in your company, and dude, the whole thing's stupid. They just mad they weren't making Marvel money. They're being greedy, and their greed did them in. Because I know after Aquaman, was it Birds of Prey? Because that wasn't the one, dude.
Said Superman Returns nearly made over $300. I mean, $300. Three
Damn,
hundred
that been
three
bad.
hundred million.
No, it's still 300 million.
Right?
That's low.
Yeah, and that was in 2006,
Six, somewhere in there. Yeah.
right?
I know the chat knows. They'll let us know. Yeah, and then
Exactly.
Shazam came, and that wasn't no blockbuster. I was surprised they even did a sequel to that.
Justice League should be shot out of a cannon, maybe.
I know, man. Need to get Doctor Fate to do a spell and just erase it from existence. Chat, what was Birds of Prey revenue in the final, take? I don't care. I love doing this. I love roasting this stuff, man, because like you said, they're trying to, say, oh, well, Zach really wasn't, doing bullshit.
Hey, how much did the Suicide Squad make? Like 100 million?
$100.
You know what I'm saying?
And then got them paid reviews. They got to take that into the
Wait a
debt
minute.
too.
Hold on. Hold on. Necron, I just had a thought, bro. Can you picture just like taking Zack Snyder's name out of this paragraph and replacing it with James Gunn? Right? And just thinking about, yo, like, should he have been the one? You know what I'm saying? Kind of defining the universe? Maybe not.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying? Like, especially when this movie made $100 at the theater. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, bro. I don't
Oh.
know.
Birds of Prey, 205 million in the U.S.
Damn.
Wow.
How much internationally?
Oh, it can't be much more. I don't remember it being big. I saw
Oh
that
wait,
in
no.
theaters
Oh
too.
wait, no. That was probably the worldwide total.
205?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's really bad.
Crazy, right? But hey, what Zack movie was bringing in 205? Right? What Zack movie was bringing in 367?
None. It was
Right?
wasn't it like almost double that from Man of Steel? What did Man of Steel bring in? Or I know the books are cooked, but what's the official?
No, it was like right under 700. It was like 670 something, like 673 if I'm not mistaken. Right? In 2013, right? Starting off a universe.
Oh, in 2013. Think about that.
Yep.
That's a
How much
lot of
money did
money.
Iron Man make? How much money did the first Iron Man make? Bruh, I'm pretty sure Man of Steel made more than Batman Begins, bro.
That was a big hit too.
I'm
Well,
pretty sure.
not big
I,
as Dark
I
Knight, but yeah, it was.
I think
I'm sure it
Batman
did.
Begins made like 500 million or something like that. Right? So, right, but hey, we're expecting look at this. Iron Man 550, right? Man of Steel 674. So, but hey guys, right? Let's oh wait, no. That's it. Yeah, it was 668. Right? So yeah, it's like, yo,
So it made more than 100 million more than Iron Man. And let's be fair, Man of Steel had to work against Superman Returns that left a bad taste in a lot of people's mouth. Iron Man
that
at least got a fresh slate to start with. Zack had to, because a lot of people, we want the smiling Superman. Well, you got it in Superman Returns, and no one was really into it. I mean, it was. I love the Christopher Reeve Superman too, and all that, and I didn't really hate Superman Returns, but I was wondering where the fucking action was when I was watching it. But whatever, right? I was like, why is Superman whooping ass, man? What's going on? Anyway, but so Zack actually had to fight against a bad previous movie with the audience, and he still brought in the money. They don't like to talk about that, do they?
Nah, they want to say, hey, maybe it shouldn't have been him. Well, it's James Gunn right now, and his movie made 168.7 million, which was actually coming off of a sequel that was very highly received that was like over $700 million.
Yes, sir.
Right? That's crazy. Necron, what's going on, bro? It's like they're trying to convince people that it's like, yo, they're trying so hard to convince us that this shit was
Hollywood
Zack Snyder's
spin,
fault.
dude. They're trying to do the Hollywood
Bro,
spin.
they're trying so hard, bro, to just convince us that it was Zack's fault. They just think that if they keep saying it long enough and they keep saying it hard
They're trying to
enough,
speak
right,
it into existence.
that it's
Yep.
going to get spoken into existence, that people going to act like we didn't just notice that the Snyder, yo, why are look, just honestly, right? From my perspective, if I was involved with Justice League coming to fruition in any way, shape, form, or fashion. When the Snyder Cut came out, I would have been real quiet. You probably would have never heard me talk about that movie ever again. Right? Like I probably would never speak on it. Right?
Yeah. Kind of just like close that book, file it away, and move on to the next one, you know.
Close it, file it away, flush it and move on. Right? It was
Lose that
a
phone
bad
number.
take. Right? Hey, it was a bad take. Flush it and move on. Right? But at that same time, like it's like, yo, there just seems to be no growth from these situations. There seems to be nothing that was learned. Right? I said before, you have Batman versus Superman that comes out in theaters, right? They announced a longer version is coming out before the movie even hits theaters, which was also a weird ass thing to do. Just think about all these ways that they've like hampered or hindered their upcoming movies box office to success, right? They announce a longer version is coming on home video before the movie even hits theaters, right? Weird
Which,
enough.
which to a lot of people are going to do. Well, I want to see the real version.
Exactly, right?
You
So
know,
why would I even
why am I going to go waste my money when I can see this
right?
badass R-rated version? I
Right?
mean, I didn't do that, but I know a lot of people who would.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Right. And that hindered somewhat the box office potential for that film, right?
So ridiculous.
Because you are gonna have some people that stay home. It may not even be a bunch, but it's gonna be some. 100%. Right. So you have that happen. So then BVS comes out. It has the reaction that it has theatrically because of the 30 minutes that you took out, right? Like unequivocally, when people saw the 30 minutes, they universally said, this is a better film. Why was this 30 minutes taken out? Right? And then, yeah, so you would think that the lesson would be, oh man, maybe we should just let him cook.
Yeah.
Like he wanted this extra 30 minutes, right? We made him take it out. And then we saw that the fan base loved it more. It's making all this money. They're literally actively trying to fuck with his film while, right? Like while BVS is cleaning up on home video. Like, just think about how weird that had to be. Right? BVS is cleaning up on home video.
Everybody was
And
buying
they
that
literally
Blu-ray DVD now.
right? And they're trying to tell, and they're literally like trying to micromanage him on set, right? And messing with the whole Justice League fiasco, right? So yeah, not only did they not learn, but they doubled down, bro. They doubled down on the mistake and was like, yo, we're not gonna learn from it. We're gonna fuck with him even more. We're gonna mess with his vision even more. And then after all this time and after all these flops later, after trying to, steer away from what he was doing, now we got the former DC Entertainment president saying maybe it shouldn't have even been Zack in the first place. This is Twilight Zone level shit in that grind.
Yep. Because they listened to a bunch of internet crybabies that there were no funny parts in BBS, and they Superman was always sad, and why isn't Superman saving cats out of trees? And I mean, that was the small minority who was upset with it. Everybody I knew thought it was pretty fucking, sorry, I get passionate when I speak about these. They thought it was pretty killer. Like, this is a cool movie. And then when the Blu-ray came out, they were even like, okay, this is a great movie. This is killer.
Yeah.
I want more of this. But no, they listened to the crybabies, and they again, it was always about greed. You got a bunch of executives who are just thinking money figures and not a creative bone in their body. They listen to their little kid 3-year-old, 4-year-old, like, oh, I can't let them watch this because it's too violent. Do you really know who watches these movies? It's not 3 and 4-year-olds. It's like people, what do you think, Sky? About 10 years old and up. But
Yeah.
probably the majority of the viewers are probably in their 20s and 30s of
Yeah.
these films. You know, and that's who really loved it. And that's who you're going to spend money. You know, those people got the money to spend.
Yeah.
Just a unbelievable attitude towards, you know, something that would, the potential was kept building and building, and they couldn't see it because they were
Really towards your own fan base, right? But Stan Havoc is going off in his hate. It was Kevin Sujihara, Toby Emmerich,
naming them
Han
all.
Sarnoff, Jeff Johns, James Gunn, Peter Safran, David Zaslav, and everyone else who helped say it. It was all of them. That's what I'm saying. This thing is a generational curse. Look, that's been the point of this whole stream. This is a generational curse, and I do not think it is ever gonna get better, Necron, until this situation is made right, bro.
Yeah. You're gonna have the ghost of Zack Snyder on your ass until this becomes a completed trilogy, or was it a quad? I can't remember what we call 5 movies, but you're gonna have his ghost until Zack gets to finish his arc, let's say that, and all the other things he wants to do with it, because it's always gonna be there. Well, you know what would be better than this? You know what probably would have been better than this if you just let them freaking finish this thing. Your life can go on, right? I mean, why, Sky? Who's holding it back from being sold?
We gotta fill in who it is, bro. You know what I'm saying? We know who it is, bro. Right?
He's eating a bucket of KFC right now, right?
Hey, with original herbs and spice.
But you still can't get the formula right.
Right. 100%, man. Y'all going off in the chat, bro.
Well, good. It needs to be shown to the world, man, how the real fans feel about this.
Stan Havoc said the U.S. and Canada box office for the Suicide Squad is $58 million. Oh my God. And this man got a promotion, guys.
The biggest promotion you can get.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
Well, hire me. I can make a movie and do worse than that. Put me in charge of something.
Bro, if you gave me that kind of budget, I think I could pull something off, bro. 100%.
Dude,
I think
actually, if I got the budget,
I think I could pull something off, bro.
Badass movie, dude. It'd be cool as hell.
It's crazy, bro. Yeah. Hey, you know what I would? Hey, it ain't like it could do much worse. You know what I'm saying?
What? We probably get fired for making such a great movie, right? Because that's how it works.
Right. They're gonna turn around and be like, "Yo, we trying to devalue the brand, bro. We trying to bring this thing down. You trying to bring it up, bro? Like, come on.
What are you doing? It's not part of the plan."
This is like when they be paying coaches to like throw seasons and stuff in the NFL. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, yo, look, we ain't trying to win right now. Just, hey, we trying to get that draft pick.
Mix that extra point, do what you got to do, and all that.
Got to get a quarterback next year. You know what I'm saying? We got this kid coming out of college. We're going to try to, try to make sure we get that record straight.
Now, if any team wants to learn how to tank correctly, go talk to the San Antonio Spurs, because they know how to tank and get the job done. Unlike other teams.
Man, that is hilarious, bro. Dude. MCU fans won't cross over the KFCU platter. Hey, that's what they banking on, bro.
That's the big end game right there. That's the real end game. That should have been called end game, right? That plan right there.
The end game. End game part 2.
Yeah.
Right. But yeah, Look, I'm
That's
gonna
it.
start closing up in like 20 minutes. Y'all put your last questions in the comments down in the chat. What was you about to say, Necron?
Um, Qatar Lau makes a good point. MCU won't support DCU. They all act like they do, but where are they at when the movies come out? Bunch of crickets. Where were they from Blue
Look,
Beetle? Their boss said that was the first one.
look, I know what happened. I know exactly what happened, bro. They saw this guy and they was like, yo,
I ain't gonna go pay for that.
I'm not about to go watch that shit, bro. They was like, yo, I might as well be paying to go see this dude, right? Might as well, bro. That's what that looks like.
I mean, what shitty costumes? You can watch that movie bootlegged on YouTube now too if you want. It's just find it up on the YouTube and you got your new Justice League movie.
They probably got the Suicide Squad movie on YouTube free with ads. You know what I'm saying?
Just trying to get something out of it. Come on, it's free. Just watch it. We just need those ads. I gotta fund this Superman Legacy.
Yo, oh my God. They gonna come out with a new thing where they be having like Max with ads. It's just for the Suicide Squad movie. They be like, yo, we gotta run ads during this thing, bro.
Oh, get download your free coupon to KFC if you watch this with the the
Oh my,
Suicide Squad.
bro, you know what's coming. It's gonna be a free bucket of chicken,
I know.
right? You're gonna buy your tickets and you can redeem your free bucket, bro. Original herbs and spices. 100%.
They're gonna have a tie-in. You can set up a bucket of popcorn. You can get your bucket of chicken at the movie with it.
James can love all the tomatoes that he wants. Right? Look, oh man, St. Havoc says James Wan talked in code during that
I believe
interview.
so. Yeah.
I was watching Seal kind of go through
Yep.
it. James Wan seemed like he was a bit agitated. He seemed a bit agitated at this whole thing. I'm gonna probably break down those statements later, but man, we got so many dope conversations coming for you guys, yo. I'm just glad to be having these talks, yo. He said oh man, where'd he go? He said KFCU platter with the QR code. I'm done, bro.
Can you imagine if that happens? Oh my.
Right.
Things happen. Then was it Condiment Man or we were watching
Condiment King.
Condiment King.
Oh
His name was
no,
no.
the trickster.
Yeah, the Toy Master guy or whatever. Yeah, his name was James.
Not this dude, right?
No, it was on him.
I know. I was trying to be funny.
You just want to show
He was
that
like,
guy up there.
he was like, now James, we talked about this.
Did you take your meds?
Have you been taking your meds again? He's like, I don't need them. You know what I'm saying, right? I feel better without it. Like, now James,
I think
we talked about this, bro.
Oh, unreal, dude.
Right. Lawlessness said y'all slacking on the likes. I don't even know where they at, but if she said that, then I know y'all slacking. So I don't even want to check because I'm gonna be sick. But yo, we about to start wrapping up. Necron, I wanted to get your like kind of final thoughts on all this stuff, man. Like, how do you feel about just these statements, man, and us being in 2023 and us still kind of having to deal with these same kind of tactics, bro? Like, how does that feel for you personally?
It's almost ridiculous that they're still addressing it in that manner. Like, it just shows how the ghost looms over, like you say, that they still have to, like, they're trying to convince people that no, Zack's not the one. Basically saying, you got to give this new shit a chance, They're just again, disrespecting Zack, in my opinion, by even having these type of statements come out when we saw it in the chat. It's on the internet. Which movies made the most money? Zack's movies. I mean, do their investors and all that realize what's going on here? You know, the guy that making the most money is not the guy making the movies. And the guy that made the least money, let's reward him with the damn studio. I mean, are we in Bizarro world? What is going on? How's that work,
I don't know what, bro. It's like when you really put it all together. I don't know, man. Yeah, I told y'all for a while, and it's funny because I think I even remember seeing didn't something coming at because I used to always say that I used to think it was like some money laundering shit going on because it's too weird, bro.
Yeah, it's all up.
Like it's too weird. It's like, yo, because I'm trying to think, oh, like what would keep me from bringing back somebody that was obviously super successful for me and was bringing in more dollars. And ever since I tried to get, and when I tried to get rid of this person, right? But when I tried to get rid of this person, things just didn't go the way that I thought that they were going to go, like at all. And me doubling down on trying to, you know, keep this person at bay was leading to just flop after flop. Right. And I'm still going to come out and be acting as if this guy wasn't what was making those early films successful. I mean, it's craziness, bro.
It really is. Like, I can't wrap my head around like what would justify them wanting to keep going down this road. Scott, I mean, the definition of crazy is doing the same thing over and over and expecting different results? That's exactly what they're doing. They're trying to, you know, be MCU over and over. They tried to lighten it, and they even brought over one of the main MCU guys thinking, oh, it's going to happen now. And it did not happen. It was, you know, actually one of the worst ones that came out of the whole lot. You know, sometimes, you know, they're called copycats and no one pays attention for no reason because they're copycats. It's not original. People want the real thing. When you want Dr. Pepper, do you go up to the store and buy Dr. B? You know?
Hey, some people cool with the apple dapples, bro, or the apple rings. You know what I'm saying?
But most people...
I like Apple Jacks, bro. I told you that milk don't even taste the same on those other apple. Like it almost looks radioactive for some reason. Like after you're done eating the cereal, right? That milk looks a little off from those off-brand cereals. You know? There's like a little film almost on top of it. Like it's just something's not quite the same. You know.
Frosted Flakes and flakes of frosted. You know, like what? What is this? This ain't what, you know, I want. Give me the real thing. The audience wants the real thing. And I always see these little Snyder haters and their little comments. Even I'll be watching videos and somewhere out of blue, they'll just make some random shot at Zack Snyder, like on something completely. I'm like, what is that? These people are weird.
Weird, bro. That's been going on since 2016, 2017, bro. It's so crazy. Literally since 2016. Every time, even on other platforms, there'll be some random video, them talking about a random topic, and they'll throw in a random ass shade at Zack Snyder or his fan base, right?
Oh, I'm sorry. I guess you like lame superhero movies. I don't. I like kick-ass superhero movies, and Zack's top tier. Who does action like Zack? You tell me.
Look, I'm about to say this, and I'm gonna start giving my final thoughts because this shit's hilarious, right? They're trying to copy Marvel, and Marvel's copying Zack. Like
the irony of it, I know.
Like
Uh,
they literally stole a whole fucking fight scene out of Man of Steel for WandaVision, right? They literally stole a whole scene, bro.
freaking almost
From
frame per frame.
almost
Crazy.
frame for frame, bro. They stole some of BVS, like literally frame for frame. So while they're over there trying to copy Marvel, Marvel's copying Zack Snyder. This is you can't make this make sense, bro. It's
Unreal.
like they're going in a circle. Marvel's chasing Zack Snyder, right? And Zack Snyder's trying to get back with DC. And DC's running chasing
And you got
chasing
execs
Disney.
saying, how can we be like Marvel? I'm like, what? They're copying your guy, you morons. What do you not see?
I bet you Disney like, yo, we love for Zack to come over here if it was the right project and all that, right? And they over here trying to chase after Zack. And Zack's like, nah, but I want to work with DC. And DC like, nah, but we want what Marvel got. Like, bro, this whole thing just makes
Bro,
no
it's crazy.
sense. This shit don't make no
Well,
sense, bro.
you know what Mikey was saying? That Marvel's going to be big on all that Midnight Suns. And that sounds like it. I still ain't going to rule out Zach ever working on one of those Midnight Suns movie. That's going to be quite possible. That's going to be right up his
Man,
alley.
for sure, bro. Zack could definitely work over there. You know, I just think that if if WB was smart, they license this thing out before Zack gets snatched up.
Well, yeah. And you want your brand at least this look good, license it out. Let it be, just get it rolling already.
Right? Yeah, they over there copying Zack with BBS, bro. They copy, yeah, because I forgot about that too. The Russo brothers did, right? They stole BBS and turned it into Civil War. You know what I'm saying? So like, man, it's just it's crazy. It's crazy, y'all.
Oh,
Mm,
ball cat,
we gonna see that.
double agent.
I'll get you, Snyder, next time.
Fight scene in
Just
Captain Marvel with Zach.
shaking a fist. Oh man,
Slander. Still slandering them.
right? But yeah, were you done with your closing statements? Because I don't know. I think I cut you off, bro.
Nah, man, I'm pretty much done. I just Cowboys defeat the Jets this weekend. I'm gonna go out and just
Oh
go
my
ahead and
god,
say that.
40-0. I thought it was hilarious that dude saw Saquon Barkley's outfit and was like, "We're gonna lose by 40 tonight," and then
Hey,
that
I
was
got
crazy.
him. I look, man. This is how it goes in football. They won, so I got the week to brag.
Oh
Just the
yeah,
week,
man.
just the
Look,
week. I got the week.
this is a
I'm
week to
gonna.
week league. You got the whole week, bro.
I got the week, and if they lose,
They
then
played
I
on
gotta
Sunday,
eat it.
right?
Yeah, they play on Sunday, I believe.
Look,
The second
till
game.
next Sunday, everybody got to eat that, bro. They got to eat it. You know what I'm saying? The Cowboys went out there and smacked the shit out of the Giants. It's a big division rivalry. Got to eat that, bro.
Yep.
Opening night, y'all had hella weeks to prepare. Y'all knew who y'all was playing. You know, I
Hey,
don't want to hear that.
I knew the defense was good. I want to take over the show, turning the Cowboys thing. I didn't know they were that good. Shit.
Look, we're not
But
going to turn into a Cowboys thing, but I will allow you your soapbox for a little bit.
I'm done. I got my week.
Had to give him the soapbox. Had to give him the soapbox. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, thanks for coming through, though, bro. You already know, right? It's always a pleasure having you on, man. As
Yes,
for
sir.
me,
Thank you.
um, you know, these conversations, we have to bring them to you guys. We can't just allow these things to go unchecked and not discuss them, right? And I'm gonna tell you guys something real quick, and it really kind of stuck out with me last night when I was watching Ahsoka,
Uh-huh.
right? Because y'all know I was like super bummed out on Star Wars, right? But This show it's been pretty dope, and a lot of the shows recently have been dope, and it was more so because it was last week episode that really got me hyped up. This week's episode was pretty good as well, but it had me thinking, right? Like, you know, even with a brand like DC, whose uh stock and or who the public doesn't have high expectations for at all right now, right? Just like the level of expectations for Star Wars wasn't super high from the Star Wars fans, right? But when you have somebody working on these projects that know what they're doing and that has a respect for the project, they can put out dope stuff that can galvanize people and can bring people back into the fold and have them engaging again and being fans, right? Uh, Even though all this stuff with DC looks dire right now for the most part. For the most part, not entirely, right? Because there is like some Elseworld stuff that is garnering some goodwill and attention, right? But for the DCU mostly, there doesn't seem to be any of that hype there at all, like for any of these projects. And so uh I think that is a byproduct of the people that are behind those projects, right? I think they failed to garner attention. I think that they failed to garner people's goodwill with their ideas because this is just something that the fan base does not seem to be rocking with, right? And as low as people feel about the DC brand right now, I guarantee you that if ZSJL went over to Netflix and then they announced some sequels later, that shit would be right back where it was when they announced Cavill was back, right? Like it's not even that long ago that we got a taste of what it was going to be like, with this stuff going on, right? Because it was less than a year ago, Cavill announced he was coming back, y'all.
Those Black Adam numbers ain't looking so bad now, are they?
Not at all, bro.
Mm-mm.
And that hype that was there when Cavill said that he was coming back, and that enthusiasm that was going on throughout the fan base, I'm pretty sure that they would do whatever to get that back right now. The cupboard's looking pretty bare, and they're the ones that made it that way.
It's their own fault again. Yeah.
They turned DC into great value. Yep. Qatar says superhero fatigue isn't even a real thing. It's not.
I don't believe that either. Yeah. I think that's just an excuse.
I was just saying, everybody was tripping out over Spider-Man Beyond the Spider-Verse a couple months ago. What happened to that, right? Like, what happened? That was a dope movie.
Where's the fatigue in that? Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm hyped for Secret Wars. Hyped for Deadpool 3.
Yeah, I am too. Yeah.
Where's the fatigue in that? Like, the picture of Hugh Jackman in the yellow suit broke the internet.
It really did. I mean,
Fatigue?
people went out of control when they saw that. And with Deadpool? Dude, that's how you do it. Wow. Give the fan. I saw that earlier. It made me laugh.
Come on, man. Hey, if James Gunn did write out the Giants' plans before that game, he'll probably end up getting another promotion. But look, we about to get on out of here.
Manager.
You know what I'm saying, right? Y'all dope, man. Look, what you got coming up though, bro? That you want to let the people know about before we get on out of here.
All right. Pandora's Box is still gonna go on. Me and Retro decided, Retro Nerd Girl, we decided we still do it. Maybe not a weekly show, but we'll do it. It's still gonna happen. So keep the spirit of Mikey going in the show because it was We talk, me and this guy. This is Mikey's
Mhm.
Mikey's baby, and do it for Mikey. Let's do it for Mikey. That's why that's the attitude of the show. Try to keep it in his spirit. So that'll be coming around. Whenever you see me make the thumbnail, you know when it's coming on. And of course, the Witching Hour.
Hey,
I'm just having a blast with the Witching Hour. My crazy cast, my peanut gallery chat. I fucking love it. They crack me up. They don't give. They just. I'm a good time. So yeah, Witching Hour. Usually on Friday nights or whenever, But Friday nights for sure. Usually is when I do it.
for sure, man. Y'all got to check out El Necron's channel. Remember the Cool Table, the Syndicate
And
Network.
if anybody of you all watching and you ain't subscribed, come on, man. Get subscribed. Let's get Sky to 700. Three more people just need to subscribe.
You know
And
they
not
be
none of
playing
you
with me,
little
bro.
weirdos who subscribed and unsubscribed. No, I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to real people,
Yeah, they be playing with me, man. They be playing with me, bro. Because it was at like 698. Then it was like 696 and then 697. I was like, bro, it's just y'all
I know
playing.
that's some weird. I don't know what's
Yeah,
going
you know
on
what I
there.
said?
I was
It
like,
all,
what?
bro. I told you it always happens right before you hit like another 100
A
mark. It
milestone or
always
something?
happens,
Yeah.
bro. It always happens. Like,
Like, what is going on here? I saw it happen with my channel too, man. I'm like, what? What?
I
Fluctuating
told
between
you.
it just keeps fluctuating up and down, up and down, and finally, it got over the hump.
Hey, I told you though, right? But
Weird
look,
stuff.
we got a lot of dope conversations coming for you guys, man. And be on the lookout because my streaming schedule will be wrapping up pretty soon. Probably like it'll really be going into effect probably like next month. But until then, we definitely gonna be tapping in with you guys on a regular basis. We got a lot of conversations to have, a lot of conversations to have, and a lot of stuff to get to. So uh, if that's it, we ain't got nothing else. We about to get on out of here. I'm about to go drink me some water and try to see what I'm about to maybe play the game for a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know I've been on that Starfield, which I'm gonna talk about because I got a video game stream coming up, like a
Mm.
whole one. Yeah, I got a lot of stuff coming for y'all, man. We got a lot of conversations, so we gonna get to it. So from Necron and the Cool Table, the Syndicate Network, and all of us, thank y'all for coming. We gonna get at y'all next time. Peace.